Hi, I'm Larvita with Havens Garden, and I'm going to call this one voice because most of the time it takes one person to stand up, and then more people join and come together. And so I just want to say thank you to all the people that have come together supporting me, standing with me, being that voice, the shoulder to cry on, to lean on, um, sound, technical, everything. People just come together and have really have been helping me try to get through this tough time. Today's been, actually, I'm pretty angry. I'm pretty pissed off. I'm pretty mad. And I want to go through some things and clarify a couple things because I'm not sure if, actually, this is going out to Governor Walz. If you can hear me, please listen. The judge, Sarah R. Gruing, the Attorney General's office, what's his name? Keith Ellison. If you can listen, because I have a lot to say. So I'm going to start with your own executive orders. In section page 14D, it says individual rights. Nothing in this executive order is intended to encourage or allow law enforcement to transgress individual constitutional rights. Did we hear that? Because I'm not sure if everyone's aware, especially the governor and his own mandates, where it says transgress individual constitutional rights. You do not, judge, you do not, governor, you do not, Ellison, get to trample on my constitutional rights or any American's constitutional rights, not by a mandate, which is not a law, or any law that is unconstitutional. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to break down your executive orders because I'm not sure if everyone has read it, and I don't even know if you know what they are, because I clearly, when I talk to the MDH, and I talked to the judge, and I said, so is it okay for the Attorney General's office and the MDH to violate their own executive orders? Because again, I'm going to clearly say that I have violated nothing. Nothing. I have followed the Constitution. I have followed the ADA. I have followed the civil rights. Let's see, where are they? Right here. I have followed Section 201. I have followed the Civil Rights Act of 1964. So again, in his own executive orders, and section, sorry, I'm going to flip through some pages. Implementation of face covering requirements by businesses. It says, Section B, when possible, businesses must provide accommodations to persons, including their workers and customers, who state they have a medical condition, mental health condition, or disability that makes it unreasonable for the person to maintain a face covering, such as permitting use of an alternate form of face covering, e.g. face shield, or providing service options that do not require a customer to enter the business. C, businesses, please listen because, again, businesses may not, I repeat, not require customers to provide proof of a medical condition, mental health condition, or disability, or require customers to explain the nature of their conditions or disability. Did everyone hear that, Governor? D, businesses must follow the requirements of other applicable laws with respect to whether a business may require a worker to provide a documentation of a medical condition. Did you hear that? This is for businesses. I'm a business owner. Am I allowed to ask my workers if they have an exemption? I have to follow the law, which I followed, the Constitution. Let's try this again. Businesses must follow the requirements of other applicable laws with respect to whether a business may require a worker to provide documentation of a medical condition, mental health condition, or disability related to the inability to wear a face covering, and what the business may ask regarding the condition or disability. So, Governor, again, when my workers are here, and I clearly, Judge, told you that I have an exemption for my workers, which I, by law, am not even supposed to say, but I voluntarily had given you that information to tell you that my workers have exemptions, which again, we do not need an exemption to not cover our face because our rights come from Yahweh God. But I even followed the unconstitutional, unlawful, and unethical mandates themselves and got an exemption. So F, please, everyone listen to this. Governor Walz, Attorney General, what's his name? Keith Ellison, thank you. And Judge, please listen closely. Nothing in this executive order authorizes businesses or their workers to violate other laws, including anti-discrimination laws. So again, where in anything that I have done have I violated any law? Any law? None. Clearly in your own mandates, it clearly states what I'm supposed to do, which I did. I followed the Constitution. I followed your unconstitutional, unlawful, unethical mandates. More protective policies permitted. Nothing in this executive order should be construed to prevent a business from developing a policy that imposes more protective requirements with respect to face coverings consistent with applicable law than those in this executive order. Or, my favorite word, applicable again, industry guidance. This executive, I missed the page, I'm sorry, page 13. Order does not authorize landlords or property managers to require tenants and others to wear face coverings in tenants' living units. Landlords and property managers must provide a clear means for tenants and others to request a reasonable accommodation to face covering requirements in common areas. Again, for all of us here at Havens Garden, we have disobeyed no constitutional law, Bill of Rights, civil rights. So for all those people out there asking or cheering that the governor or the judge, in this case, thinks it's okay that she can fine me $1,000 a day for being open, they have another thing coming. There is nothing in the Constitution, there's nothing in this mandate, there's nothing that gives the judge the power to do what she thinks she is doing. I've broken nothing. I have followed what they have in here. It's them, like I asked the judge on last Wednesday or whatever day, my days have gone are a little crazy. When I asked her specifically, do the MDH have to follow their guidelines? And the biggest thing is, which I would like to address also, is to the judge and to everyone out there, please understand this. How can he make someone pledge, right, to say that I have to, pledge you are liable, full liability, a mandate from the governor that I have to follow this mandate forever? Anything that he ever writes. I guess I'm confused. What do you guys think about this?
I'm not going to sign my life away.
And you're signing for something you don't even know. It's a blank statement. It's unconstitutional, and a mandate is not a law.
I wish we could have people who are, I don't even know if people are on. I don't really know how YouTube works because you guys know I'm horrible with this stuff. That's right. Thank you for putting this on for me. And we're trying to get ready for tomorrow. We are having, if everyone knows, I'm going off a little bit, sorry. We have the honor of having Sheriff Mack, who's going to be here, and Sam Bushman is going to be here tomorrow. If anyone wants to come down to Havens Garden at 8 to 10, Sam Bushman and Sheriff Mack will be broadcasting live their radio show from here. And then the doors will open again at 5 o'clock to get ready for Sheriff Mack to be talking and educating us on the Constitution. Who has authority? Where does that authority come from? But we ultimately know where the authority comes from first and foremost. Our authority comes from Yahweh God, the creator of the universe. And then from there, it goes down to these public officials. But again, these public officials are there for us. They are supposed to uphold the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. We have these in place so that at times like this, people don't have to be going through what we're going through. Molly here, it's opposite. Oh, sorry, it's throwing me off. She got fired from her job. Fired from her job for speaking up, for doing what's right because she can't wear a mask. In what day and age is it okay to discriminate? You don't have to agree with the person. You don't even have to understand what she's going through. But you cannot discriminate. How hard do you think that was on her family, on her? The pressure to go find another job in this day and age. To know everywhere you look, that's the first thing they're going to look at. I was talking to someone yesterday, sorry I'm going off, but this is the most crazy thing ever. I've never in my life have felt so discriminated against. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. And I grew up in a white town. So I don't want to hear about discrimination. This is not acceptable, that we have to fear for our lives. We have to fear for our livelihoods. We have to fear when we step into a building. We have to fear when we step into a school for not having a mask on if they're going to kick us out, call the police, harass us, throw us in jail. Is this really what we have come to in America? I have no words. It's just frustrating to think that a judge, a governor, can attack businesses when all we are doing is out here trying to make a living and actually following the Constitution, following their own mandates that they have put in place. And we have done nothing wrong, nothing. And for anyone who is cheering and thinking this is okay, wait till you're next, because we see how they're trying to take down every single person. They're trying to make us fight against each other. This is the time where Americans, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Black, white, Spanish, Hispanic, whatever you want to say, Native American, woman, man, female, male, children. It's time we all come together and stand as Americans and stop letting those people in power play us against each other, because that's what they're doing. They're playing us against each other. And I don't know if there's anything else I wanted to discuss in this mandate. Oh, there was one more thing, if I can pull it up. Because my lawyer, I don't know if you guys know who he is, Nathan Hansen. He's been doing a really good job fighting. But we are, one of the things that we are fighting for is equal protection under the 14th Amendment. And I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but in the mandate itself, in section, page 9, tribal activities and lands. I don't know about you, but if you have no authority over something, you would never mention it. It wouldn't come out of your mouth because you have no authority. You don't have to clarify. You don't have to speak on it. Because in the first mandate the governor did, when he actually shut down the reservations and everything on the reservations, it was a blanket statement. Everything is closed. But in this mandate, and on page 9, section I, it says tribal activities and lands. Activity, sorry, I'm gonna make it a little bigger, if I can see it. Let's try this again. Sorry, guys. Activities by tribal members within the boundaries of their tribal reservations are exempt from the restrictions in this executive order. Again, he has no authority. So why do they need to hear from him that they are exempt? Because I know when you don't have authority over me, I don't need to hear a word, a peep. But here he clearly states, tribal activities and lands. Activities by tribal members within the boundaries of their tribal reservations are exempt from the restrictions in this executive order, but may be subject to restrictions by tribal authorities. Activities within the boundaries of federal land held in trust for one of the 11 Minnesota tribal nations are exempt. See, he has no authority to exempt them. So why is it here again? Are exempt from the restrictions in this executive order, but may be subject to restrictions by tribal authorities. But he does have the authority to, when you have a license for liquor, they get it from the state. But so he could shut down liquor to the reservations. So it's, again, they get to pick and choose who's a winner and loser. Losers? Isn't that what he said? That I wasn't essential. You're not essential. You're not essential. You're not essential. But to me, we're all essential. All life is essential, period. And our governor doesn't get to dictate and tell us who and who is not essential. I'm sorry. Activities by tribal members to exercise their federal treaty rights within the boundaries of their treaty territory, also known as ceded territory, are exempt from the restrictions in this executive order, but may be subject to restrictions by applicable tribal authorities. Tribal members may travel to and from their tribal reservations in accordance with applicable tribal law. So again, equal protection, but only when it's convenient for our governor, only when it's convenient for Attorney General Ellison. It just boggles the mind. And right now I'm at the phase of being angry. I'm at the phase of being pissed off. They're not trying to come together. They're not trying to work with small businesses. They're trying to destroy small businesses. They're trying to take over small businesses. They're trying to destroy our America that we love. So am I pissed? Yeah, I'm pretty pissed. Did the governor open it up 50%? Again, am I the only one? Do we not have reason? 50% for most restaurants. Again, that's barely making it. Barely making it. But again, is this virus so smart? How smart is this virus that it only does it at certain times and only 50%, only here and there? So again, I'm rambling, and I'm sorry, and I apologize. But after a friend sent me something about the news that I guess our local newspaper was saying something about the fine, and that they didn't really bother to explain what is happening. And I don't even think people realize what is happening. So I wanted to give you my point of view of what is happening and what's really going on. I don't know if any of you would be willing to sign a blank statement saying that someone, our governor, someone already you don't trust, our governor can do whatever he wants and says, and I have to agree to it. And I don't understand if anyone would be okay with that. I don't know if there's anything else that we need to discuss or talk about. It's just knowing that that anyone would think that this is okay, that the governor can terrorize small businesses or terrorize me, because it's terror, it's tyranny. He's putting the full arm of the government, our taxpayers' money, to attack small businesses. It's not only me. There's Lisa Monet, there's Jane, there's other businesses, women out there that have been fighting to stay open. They've fought for years to get their business running and to make it a success. And for the governor like that to say it's not that they're nothing, that we're nothing. Sorry, do you guys have anything you want to talk about? I guess my big thing is, I think I'm going to call this one voice for now on, because for me this has been very hard. Maybe you don't know, but I don't really like speaking up, talking out. But I've learned, Yahweh has shown me that I don't have to be the most articulate, or that's very hard for me. I get tongue-tied. I don't have to be the most brilliant. But I do have to have a voice, and I have a right to speak up. And we all have a right to say what is right out there. And it's time we all come together. And I want to thank everyone again who's been there. You guys know I love you guys. I couldn't do this without all the support of everyone out there who's just really been fighting with me and standing with me. And I'm going to probably get off of here now because I ramble too much sometimes. You guys want to say anything?
I would just like to say, if you only knew, like, on a daily basis, not just this woman right here, this American who is not only standing for her rights and speaking up and speaking out, because so many are not standing up for themselves, she's also standing up for you, especially if you have a small business. She's standing for you. And on top of that, she's a mom, and she has a business to run, and at the same time, now legal challenges. I don't know how she does it, but she does it. And I just ask anyone who hears this, stand up, especially if you have a business. If you're in Minnesota, you have a small business.
If you're an American,
Amen.
sorry, if you're an American, stand up.
Stand up. Speak out, because you may not get another chance. And right now, these mandates are just that, mandates. They're not laws. You are not breaking the law, number one. Number two, they're giving you an option. Comply, or your business is what? It's destroyed. And either way, if you comply, it's destroyed anyway. You're losing money. You're losing customers. Everything that you have worked for. Everything. And if you're not going to stand for yourself, do it for your family. Stand with Larvita.
I don't know what there is to add. I mean, it's just, I feel like it's just repetition, saying the same thing over and over again to the people that need to hear it, and they're just refusing to hear it. Right now, though, it's a tipping point in American history. I mean, not just for us, but for the world, honestly. We are the voice of, not just myself, but, I mean, everyone. And it's just like, we need more people to stand up, more people to support each other, more people to support us, more people to just get together and decide enough is enough. I've been fired from 2 jobs now, actually. And it's just, it's ridiculous. And I'm not willing, I feel like if we're not willing to stand up for now and what's going on now, this is small compared to other things that this leads to. And I feel like this is almost like testing grounds. If you're going to wear a mask for the rest of your life and this is going to be your new normal, what is the new normal going to turn into? This has gone so fast, and I feel like I'm rambling, but I don't know what to say, honestly. I've been standing up from the beginning. I feel like all of us have, but it's time for those of you who are scared not to stand up to see those who are and come join us. You're not alone. There are people out there. You've got to find it. Here we are. Come join us tomorrow night with Sheriff Mack and Sam Bushman from Arizona and Utah, flying all the way up to Minnesota to support us. There are people that are willing to stand up for what's right, to fight for our rights, to fight for the Constitution that those are trying to destroy, and it's not okay. But yeah, come join us. It's not too late, but this is a tipping point, and there is going to become a time where it is too late, and don't wait for that time.
I wanted to say this was not supposed to happen, and I was mad, and I said, we need to do a YouTube Live. Can you guys do it with me? So, sorry about all of this. We're just like, let's just get out there, and now I'm like, just get out there and I want to tell what's going on. So, tomorrow should be fun. It's going to be fun. We get to learn a lot, get to learn about the Constitution, get to learn authority the sheriffs have, and their role, and how we can support our sheriffs. I think that's the biggest thing. How do we support the sheriffs? What do they need from us, the people? And what do we need from the sheriff's department? Because right now I'm finding that no one, in this crazy time, no one really knows what there is to do. The sheriffs, the judge, no one there, so That's why we have to stand on the Constitution. And I'm so glad that Sheriff Mack and Sam Bushman will be here to teach us on what we need to do. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Sorry for whatever this was. Have a great day, or evening, or whatever. Okay, bye. Thanks, guys.